Violence against women and girls, including sexual and gender-based violence and harmful practices, is widely spread in Cameroon, despite significant efforts put in by FIDA Cameroon and other stakeholders to end this. The reason being lack of legal reforms, gaps in existing laws, non-compliance with ratified treaties, etc. It is within this framework that FIDA Cameroon, with funds from the UN Trust Fund to end violence against women and girls, organized a workshop to train customary court judges in the northwest region of Cameroon on the use of promotional human rights laws in handling violence issues.
FIDA is the Spanish acronym for International Federation of Women Lawyers. Women who worked to promote the rights of women and the girl child, but not leaving out the boy child as well. So we are here to carry out this training to be able to enlighten us on how important women's rights and children's rights are. Because as you know, as judges of the customary court, the society evolves from the home. The home is very important. The father, the mother, and the children. So it's very important for us to promote the rights of women and the girl child. So it is a pleasure that I'm welcoming you and the national president of FIDA Cameroon in the person of Marfo Gladys Boya to the Northwest region for this very important training. I want to assure you that before the close of today, we must have learned a lot from this training that will be able to practice in our respective jurisdictions for the promotion of the rights of the women and girls in our society.
The main objective of the workshop was to educate customary court judges on the devastating health, economic, and other negative effects of discriminatory laws and harmful traditional practices on women and girls, and encourages them to change their mindset and eradicate such repugnant customs.
I'm Tunisia Lisa, come from Tuba Customary Court. My expectations are that as we live here today and go back to society, I think that there will be a lot of changes in the society, because when we go, we have to correct a lot of things so that the society will not practice this gender-based violence.
Thank you very much, sir.
Customary court clerk for Tuba, and what I would actually like to implement the field is what we are going to do here, and I'm praying that we should get a lot of knowledge from you people too, so that we can now apply on the field to the common ones who are unable to be here today. Thank you very much.
No, bon. Customary court judge, Mancon, stroke, clerk of court. I'm very happy for this seminar here, and you know that we learn every day as we have come. Before we leave this place, we reach ourselves in the work which we are doing to the population.
I am called Nkwan Thomas. Yeah, my expectations are that not only me will be recycled after this today, but each and every one of us. And the recycling will bring us closer to our duties, and we will perform.
During the question and answer session of the workshop, participants raised several worries, such as:
Really, I want to say a thing about women. In the first place, I will say that women, from the very onset, are enemies to themselves. Because a woman would not like the other woman to go ahead and to lead her on all the line and so on. You see, and that's why in politics, today you have women, you have less of them and so on like that. Because from the very onset, they fact, as friends, I'll push you to go ahead. When you climb there, you can get there and climb and push the other person, but women don't do that.
That's perfectly correct.
You see, women don't do that. And I think that you as a new generation coming up, try to encourage your children to be loving each other and to send a helping hand to other girls and all that, because without that, you will not work. So,
concerning when you're talking about the rights, the equal rights of men and women on property. I had a small worry at that level when you mentioned that when a man dies, the paramount beneficiary is the widow. When you mentioned that, I had a small worry because I noticed that when a man is working, probably he's working and then he has something to leave behind to the children. In his bank, it is the wife who is the next of kin. But most of the times with women, it's usually the contrary. Most of the cases that will come when we are trying to treat next of kin, you hear that the bank, what they have, the woman has in the bank, has been pushed to the son, or the mother, not the husband in return. So I don't know how come the thing is not.
Okay. I said the first person in line who has the right to apply for letters of administration over that estate is the man when the wife dies. And when the husband dies, is the woman. Letters of administration does not make you a beneficiary. When you take letter of administration, it's just to administer that estate for the benefit of every family member, the same way the man has been taking care of his wife, his children, and all of those. So again, you gave a very practical example because those are things people face in the field. That the man usually puts the wife as a beneficiary, but the woman puts the son. I will only attempt an answer. I'll attempt an answer. Because I don't say it's fair, but I want to think that women do that because they are never sure whether the man will get married to another woman, have other children, who will come now and maybe even contest that her little thing that she had with the other woman's own children. But you know that women now, she's married to that one man. The man, you think that is her husband, some even have wives that you don't even know, living somewhere. So I think women are just trying to be careful. I don't think they really mean anything.
The seminar ended with participants satisfied with the knowledge gotten from the training.
I am called Sandoni Thomas Ali, the Customary Court Clerk for Tuba Subdivision, Northwest Region. My take back, I think I have been impacted with a lot of knowledge concerning this seminar, and I think it is now left for us to apply that knowledge which we have gathered here in our various offices.
I'm called Khan Daniel Taka. I come from the Santa Customary Court, and I'm the president of that court. The seminar has been timely in that we have been able to gain certain new things in a way that, in fact, really some of our rights were taken by the Jews, so we have also asked that the rights be given back. In fact, we received enough, we learned enough from there. We've seen that really from the very onset, women were kept behind. In most of the customary courts, we don't have judges who are women. So from this time, in fact, I think that the next set, there will be women in. And in the customary court too, sometimes the correct judgment were not being handed down because we lacked materials. We are still using old materials and they are not even available. So if new materials are given together with the laws, then in fact the customary courts will be on and they will hand down a very good judgment this time.
Lanza Judith Mary. I'm from the way I came and met. They talk about the effects, the bad effects of customary laws, and particularly against women. So that one too was very interesting. Then the last presentation too, in the jurisdiction of the customary court, I learned a lot, especially with the question and answer session that we did. Was so interesting, and I learned a lot from it. So I think I will be going home with a lot, and I will share with my colleagues.
I am Barrister Gladys Mboya, the National President of FIDA Cameroon. This afternoon we have been training customary court judges on how they can actually use a human rights-based approach in handling cases of women who come before their courts. And the reason for our choice of customary court judges is because we realize that gender-based violence or violence against women and girls emanates a lot from some of the judgments that come from those courts, because they encourage most customs that are discriminatory against women and girls. And we were holding this talk with them just to sensitize them about those customs that they must ignore when delivering their judgments, and how they can actually treat women and girls like equals, and treat them as if human rights are women's rights. From those courts that respect women's human rights and that promotes women's human rights. And that way, we can use those judgments to combat violence against women and girls, putting an end to it.
Lawyer in the Northwest, based in Bamenda. I'm also a human rights lawyer. I'm also the president of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, the Northwest branch. We are here today to train customary court judges on the importance of human rights instruments in their work as they dispense justice at the customary court level. You know, in our society we face a lot of violations of women's rights. We face a lot of discriminatory practices against women and young girls. And when it comes to our customs and traditions, you know, in the Northwest we have 7 divisions with 34 subdivisions. And all of these areas, there are different local customs and traditions across the region. And these judges are called upon to dispense justice with respect to these customs and traditions. So at times it becomes very, very challenging for them, especially in the area of the protection of women's rights and the rights of the girl child. So we're here to actually train them and drill them on some of the issues they have to take on board when they find cases.
Of course. Snapped. I've snapped already.
Okay.